Hey guys, it's Raven Scry. It's a new year, and yes, I've had a little bit of a break to reflect and to think about the year ahead. I also had a bit of a break from using my psychic abilities. It's certainly an interesting journey doing this sort of work and maintaining a balance. I've really been focusing on grounding my energy and connecting to nature and the earth. That's been very important for me. I've been going on many walks, and the more that I walk in nature, the more crucial it feels to daily functioning and daily practice. So 2023, here we are, and I'm feeling like it's going to be a big year ahead that's coming. And I know many of you most likely have crypto on the brain, given the current movements of Bitcoin and the overall market. And I'm not going to go into too much depth with crypto today, but I feel that I should just mention my thoughts just briefly around this. Now, I know that many of you have been taken by surprise from the movement with Bitcoin and the market as a whole. Now, in my last video, crypto video, which I'll put a link to in the comments below, I saw Bitcoin moving up into the start of the new year, which we have done so, but I still feel like we've got lower to go and more downside. And whether we see some more upward momentum first or not, I'm not sure, but there's definitely a possibility pointing to more downside. As I check in, and many check-ins, I think has something changed, and they just keep telling me that there is going to be lower prices coming. Now, of course, this is not financial advice. That could be wrong information and not play out that way. So please do your own research, follow your own heart. And all that said, I'm just tuning into spirit and giving what they want to give to you guys. And by me sharing this stuff, it also puts me in a difficult place where people can come along and say, well, you were wrong on that. And, this market seems to be full of it, whether you're a psychic or whether you're a charter or, whatever you are. There's always little annoying people at the end that want to prove you wrong. And, just so you know, I'm not trying to be or do anything in particular here other than give the advice of spirit from my heart. And so you can take that if you wish to or not. And some things can be accurate and some things cannot. So I just felt like I needed to speak to that. And so I am feeling that we are going to see some lower prices coming up. Now, my foundation of reading here feels like more of a macro perspective because, short-term, long-term, we can have different things going on. But, my focus is on more of a macro perspective. And so this is what Spirit is also aligning with at this stage. So with all that said, I'll be connecting to some more crypto topics and projects in upcoming videos. But today I'm going to share a reading with you. And it's a collective reading, and I'm going to start this reading with the beautiful little echidna friend that I met along the walk today on my path. There's some beautiful nature that's all around me when I go on my walks. And so today I'm going to connect into the echidna, and it will act as a starting point to the reading and also like a portal into the reading today. And I'm going to move through different layers of information as I read, but starting with this magnificent creature of the echidna. Now, in saying all of that too, you can have your own connection with the echidna and ideas. So as you're listening to me speak, if you tune into the image of the echidna, you will also download your own more specific information that you may need. So just keep that in mind too. But otherwise, just listen and, I'm sure that you'll receive what you're meant to receive. Okay, so as I connect, immediately I'm drawn to the spiky parts of the echidna, which are called the spines of the echidna. And they're actually hollow hairs. So as I connect with these spines, I'm being taken to an instance of many times something has occurred over and over again. And it's like aiming for something and taking a shot at something, like something happening over and over. And there's just been many tries. It's like it feels exhausted. There's many tries of doing something over and over again, and it's just like all of these attempts to do something, like attempts to achieve, attempts to create, attempts to do something, essentially, is the way that it comes through. And I'm just feeling very exhausted and tired as I connect to that. But as I move back from that energy, it's like, it just is, though. It's an experience of what's been, and all sort of collected together as experience, through experience. And it can be now viewed with a lot of perspective and points to a time really to reevaluate. So after a period of so much doing taking place over time, there is this reference to this pause to look back. And it's also connecting to past lineage and living or being in the constructs of your ancestors, and in some way living by their limitation as it exists in you, and your connection through the DNA, through this line that you have with them. So it's like it's all merged in to a degree. Now there's an important moment here, the need to pause and reflect, learning from past happenings of your own experience together with your collective lineage experience. So a moment to take it all in, to pause, to reflect. And it feels like there is this moment where everything becomes clear, and a moment of clarity. Now in the energy there's this sense of excitement around this time, but for some very, very tiredness and exhaustion can be felt. And this can be due to some holding their bonds and connection with their lineage more closely, and identifying more deeply with it. Now it's like we're on the edge of a cycle here, and it's a cycle of death and rebirth. And now this may not be actual death, so don't be scared by that word, but the ending of a cycle and a deepening of the ability to let go and surrender. Now the difficulty here in this process of letting go will be easier for some than others, and if it's harder, allow yourself to take time and be gentle. Take the care that you need to work through this, because it's a big movement that's taking place. So as this change takes place, there is a resurfacing of many things. And the way that it's being shown, it's like it's after big rains have come down and all of the debris has lifted to the surface. And it's like the rubbish is all up. There's things that have been forgotten. There's things in the subconscious and the psyche that are re-emerging. And it can feel very muddy and very unclear, and some would say quite negative, but it is part of this cycle and part of this purging, essentially. So much that has been repressed will also be coming up with these murky waters. Now, it's very important to know that this is part of the cycle, and it's only when we get stuck and stop in the cycle that it can become problematic, painful, hard. If we continue to flow with the cycle, this is how we will find freedom and change. And although, some things may feel quite dark or painful, it's part of this cycle. So the more we embrace and let go and purge what's not needed anymore, the ending of sorts can take place, and a reset and letting go of the parts of us that no longer serve. And so we move beyond this point, a constant movement of flow through this cycle. There is a large opportunity here. It's as if time is standing still, and I'm seeing what Spirit's showing me is like a crowd. It's like an audience here, and they're very supportive. They're like a support system, and they believe in you, and they're there for you, and they're waiting to see which way you move next, or how they can support you on the path that you choose to walk. Now, this is collective energy, and this is very supportive and loving in the way that it's coming through. Now, they wait here in anticipation and excitement, and it's as if they're waiting for their favourite singer to come on stage and hanging on their every move. And you're needing to know that the support is there, and bringing these big ideas, big dreams to the forefront, and the small ones. Allow yourself to dream, because the support is there. This is the message, loud and clear. To all the times that we've pushed the inner thoughts and stirrings away into the background for whatever reason, it's time to bring them forward into the forefront, onto that stage, because the audience is there and waiting in love and compassion for you and what you dream. Now it's as if this crowd already knows you so well, and so their support for you is undeniable. So much positive energy that will support whatever it is that you bring forward. It's big energy, and it's here now to support and allow you to open up and live the fullest and most enriched life here on earth. So it's time to allow this present part of the cycle we're in right now to be acknowledged, to be released, a deep release, and to prepare for what's next. So that's the message for you all. Much love to you all, and of course to our beautiful Echidna friend for acting as an access point and holding a space for the reading today. So a question for you guys: can you feel this time of endings and release, and how's it affecting your day-to-day? Please feel free to comment below. I'd love to hear where you're at, and I'll see you guys again soon. Ravenscry signing off.